waters.
It's the vote heard round the world. House Representatives rounding up 405 votes in favor of recognizing the murder of 1.5 million Armenians as a genocide. But the timing of it does have the perception of retaliation against Turkey after they invaded northern Syria. Our panel returns, ready to weigh in. Let's welcome back Jim Veros, Alex Tavlian, and Humberto Gomez Jr. Alex, you're the resident Armenian on the panel.
It's a great day.
Yeah.
It's a very good day.
You know, you and I follow this very closely, obviously. Big win for the Armenian population, not only here in the Central Valley, but across the globe. But do you honestly believe that this vote was really in honor of our ancestors, or was this, in spite of President Trump and what he did by pulling out the troops and Turkey going in, and we've heard beheading of Kurds?
Yeah, obviously it's the latter. The reality is, I think anybody who denies that is just in the wrong. I mean, this has a major message. This is a big message to Turkey, and it's one that our ancestors' blood, is paying forward. What we're seeing today in 2019 are the same tactics with new machinery that we saw in 1915. And so, if their memories are used as a message to Turkey saying this is unacceptable, because we've seen it happen before and we're seeing it happen again. It's a worthy day.
But also, let's see if we can. I know we're Armenian, but the politics of it, it kind of stinks.
It does.
This should have been done without politics involved. This is history.
It should. It is history, and this is history with a very strategic ally.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of most Armenians, over 20 years, 22 years of us pushing for this resolution, are seeing how difficult it is to convince this country to infuriate a strategic ally who has such importance in the Middle East.
Jim, we'll come to you. Will the Senate approve it, knowing the American military ties to Turkey here? Also, they're a part of NATO.
It won't get brought to the floor.
It won't?
I don't think so. I really don't think that they see any sort of end game for it. What is the Republican Senate going to get by doing this? One, it's going to anger it's going to anger Trump completely, and it's going to really cause problems within.
Bears believes if any president is ready to move on this, it's President Trump.
Yeah,
but he doesn't have a say. The White House doesn't need to approve it.
They don't have to approve it, but once again, this is politics. So what does McConnell and the president get out of this? This has been the question, not just now, but every time people run for president. They always say that they're going to recognize it, and then they don't. So
Adam Schiff is one of the leaders of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do they want to block it in spite of him now? Are we talking those kind of politics?
I hope not. It's unfortunate. I think many of our Armenian brothers and sisters paid the ultimate sacrifice, unfortunately, and for this to be a political situation and for politics to be involved, for me, it's always that you recognize it. It's a moment of reflection upon our community, specifically here in California and throughout the world. But ultimately, it's unfortunate that I don't think the Senate will bring it up there. I really believe that.
I hope that they do. I want to turn our attention now to something else as we move on here. The Fresno Foxes. I don't want to politicize this, but I think this is an issue that we should talk about. It's another minor league team that Fresno has embraced, and now they're leaving because the city hasn't been able to figure out a way to give a soccer-specific stadium to a team that wants to be here. Has revitalized downtown Fresno on game days, but yet it's going awry. This has become a problem. Should the city have done something more, Jim?
Yeah, I think so. And I think that they should have known about this from day one. I mean, they'll say that, hey, this isn't on us. This is on the team to obviously secure a location. I was told within City Hall that there was some assistance negotiated in regards to possible places that they wanted to be. It didn't get done. So listen, is it on City Hall to keep teams? No, but you have a pattern here. We can't keep a team. We can't keep.
But it's on them to revitalize downtown Fresno, which they've been saying that they've been wanting to do. This was a reason to do it.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you need an answer for, you need an explanation for why we're not keeping a soccer team, let's start with the baseball team. That's the lesson that City Hall has had to learn for 20 years is we have a costly baseball stadium we're still paying for. We have seats that are never filled. The baseball team is projected next year for the first time since they moved there to actually make money. So a soccer team subsidized by the city, really not in the best interest of a city that's barely making it out of the recession. And so, the city officials will be very honest though, and they'll say, we tried to get them a good deal on property in downtown. We tried to get the property away from downtown that was workable.
But again, businesses, I mean, a lot of businesses down there can say, hey, look, it was just one extra thing that gave us a business on a Saturday night or a Sunday afternoon or whatnot. And again, now we have to figure out a different way to bring in revenue.
There's a solution to this. The biggest time where that stadium is packed is when the Chivas play, or when America plays, or when Leon plays and everything. That stadium is packed. And I think we can bring a solution, but it has to be several folks. City Hall, the fanatics. I'm a big time fanatic. Yeah, I know you guys are too. And then also the microbrewery area that's going around there. I mean, that was the best part of it, is that we could actually have a game and go have a beverage of whatever choice that you wanted. But it can be worked out. We have the developers. We just need a serious amount of players to get involved with
and
this.
not just soccer, but we have an empty arena right across the street in Sullivan Arena
Right.
that there's been talk about bringing an AHL franchise here. There's one in Stockton, there's one in Bakersfield. You're telling me Fresno can't do it, but Stockton and Bakersfield can?
Well,
no, I'm sorry.
MSL just is going to bring a new team to Sacramento.
Yeah,
so I mean,
I think at the end of the day, you look at, we couldn't keep the Fresno Falcons here. We couldn't keep the Coyotes here when they were an AFL2 team. And now you can't keep a USL soccer team here. Nobody's going to want to venture into Fresno.
Right. How's Bulldog Stadium looking nowadays? Pretty good on homecoming? Not that great. We don't come out. We don't support our teams here. We don't. I'm sorry. So if I'm an investor, why am I coming?
This is to a bigger issue. This is a civic pride issue.
Yeah.
More than it is a business decision. Ray Bischoff and the ownership are throwing a lot of heat at the city. The city's throwing it right back at him. And to be honest, most fans don't care. They want a team. But the problem is there's not enough fans.
Yeah.
That's the bigger issue.
We got to punctuate it there, guys. Coming up on Sunday Morning Matters Extra on yourcentralvalley.com, we'll talk about the NCAA and Twitter wiping out political ads. Yeah. Well, still to come here, a new bill that could lead to a path of citizenship for undocumented farmers.